The Dodgers win Game 2 of the National League Division Series 4-3, and they lead the best of five 2-0. Oh my God. What a freaking game. What a ninth inning. I am still recovering from that inning, man. Jesus Christ. Um, Dodgers were leading 4-0 going into, or 4 to, yeah, 4, was it 4-0 or 4? I don't even remember. I think it was 4-1. It was 4-1 going into the ninth inning. Um, Blake Trinan trying to get the last three outs, gives up a base hit to Bohm, um, and then gives up another base hit, and then all of a sudden it's 4-3, and the Dodgers and the tying run is on first base, and or second base I should say, and um, what a job by the, and then obviously they got Trinan out of the game and then brought in Vesia. What a job by the Dodgers defense on the wheel play to get the second out. Right, yeah, the second out of the first or second out. I don't even remember. That ninth inning was so chaotic, but good job by the Dodgers defense to get that wheel play down. Um, Bryson Stott tried to get a bunt down to move the runner to third, and with less than two outs, all the Phillies would have had to do was just get a fly ball in the air, and they would have tied the game. But instead, the Dodgers played the wheel play to perfection. Muncy goes to grabs the ball. Mookie's trailing, throws it to Mookie for an out, and instead of it being one out with a runner on third in the ninth inning, it's one out with a runner on first. Now, um, that was it, I believe, for trying. I mean, for Vesia, and then he got, I don't even remember, and then he got to two outs, and then Roki Sasaki once again coming through um, to get the out, and it was runners at the corners, and oh my God, Tommy Edman, throw the baseball, my friend, throws a low ball to Freddie Freeman. He has to scoop it. He secures it in his glove, and the Dodgers hang on and win 4-3 and avoid a collapse. A collapse. They were going. They were three outs away from winning the ball game 4-1 comfortably, and instead it went down to the last pitch, and there was a runner on a third. I'm still recovering from that inning. My adrenaline at an all-time high. It is shot now, but um, the good thing is that you're never gonna see Blake Trinan again in these situations. Um, he hasn't had it all year. He did pitch well in the wild card series last round, but man, he still just does not have it this year, and it's sad to see because Blake Trinan had a huge part of the Dodgers championship run last year. He was getting all the big outs in the postseason last year, but um, yeah, Dodgers hang on and win, and now they lead the best of five, 2-0 over the Philadelphia Phillies. Um, it wasn't pretty today, but the Dodgers did exactly what they were supposed to do. I mentioned this after when I was done recording, and at the end of the recording after game one, I was telling myself and everybody that get greedy, and try to win both games. Like the Phillies blew the game Saturday night, with Strom giving up the home run to Teoscar. Tonight, the Phillies offense just didn't show up until the last two innings. Last two innings. Again, they got nothing out of Harper, Schwarber, or Trey Turner, their top three guys. I know Trey Turner got a base hit and he got a walk in there. He was better today, but still, Harper no show and a Schwarber no show again in game two. And um, all of a sudden, this Phillies team find themselves on the brink of elimination again, and it's just crazy. But the Dodgers do just enough to pull out a victory today, and their offense didn't do nothing for the first um, six innings. Jesus Luzardo got into a little bit of trouble in the first inning from the top of the order, but they left him stranded with the runners at the corners, and then he settled in. He had like 60 something pitches going into the seventh inning, but then again, the Dodgers relentless. They get a couple hits off of him, and then all of a sudden it's it's second and third with nobody out, and Rob Thompson is pulling him out of the game, and here comes the guy from Game one comes back in there, and Kike Hernandez again in the thick of it. Um, Puts the ball in play. Teoscar finally busting his ass down the third baseline, scores. If the throw was on target, Teoscar would have been out by like 3 feet. But still, that's why you send them. You never know. Dodgers score, and then they tally on. Um, yeah, they tally on. Shohei finally comes through and has a big hit, and it's 4-0. And Will Smith, with 2 outs, delivers on a first pitch slider that stayed in the zone, and he got a base hit, and that was good to see. So maybe I think Will Smith now maybe is now gonna be starting Game 3. I don't know, but um, the offense, after doing nothing for the first 6 inning, finally comes alive in the 7th inning to get Lazardo out of the game and get to that Philly bullpen. And Blake Snell, fantastic once again today. 6 innings, 9 strikeouts. Did have 4 walks, and he did lose his command a little bit there in the 6th inning. But Dave Roberts did exactly what he told us he was going to do. He's going to lean on his starters, and he's going to trust them. And that's exactly what he did in that 6th inning with the top of the order. Well, really the bottom of the order starting everything, and then the top of the order. He was able to get a strikeout from Harper, and then I believe get either an out or another strikeout from Bohm. So that was huge. So uh, again, that's why you get Blake Snell. That's why you pay him the big bucks. He lives for those moments. He's had 2 good starts now in this postseason against the Reds and now against the Phillies at Citizens Bank Park. And now the Dodgers are 1 win away from the National League Championship Series once again. Um, and man, this Philly team is reeling right now. Like you cannot, and I can't say this enough. You cannot screw around with this team Wednesday night. Like the Dodgers have the Phillies on the ropes, and they're literally on their necks right now. You have to come out there Wednesday and put this team away. You have to do that. And Rob Thompson has already made his decision that it'll be Aaron Nola Game 3 with Ranger Suarez to piggyback him at some point. I don't understand that move. I don't know why Ranger just could not start the game, but hey, I'm not the one making the decisions. But um, Dodger defense comes through again. They're a big reason why they won a championship last year, and they're doing it again this year. That wheel play that I mentioned to you in the 9th inning, I heard from Dave Roberts. That's not even something they practice. That's nothing that they practice. But Mookie during the pitching change was like, yeah, let's do this. I'll crash, and then Muncy crashes. Mookie will go to third. Nobody was at second because that's part of the play. But he said Edmund will go to first, or Freddie will bust his ass down to second base if needed. But Dodgers doing the little things right, and you felt it, as the game got more and more that Philly crowd was going to turn on them, and they did. They were booing the Philly offense anytime they were done with the inning or something. When Duran came out of the 9th inning again in another losing situation without the lead, they were booing. Like that's how quickly the Philly crowd can turn on their guys. But still, um, of course, had to make it interesting there in the 9th inning. But still, the Dodgers got a win. They're up 2-0, and they're 1 win away from the NLCS once again. Yeah, and they're now 4-0 in this postseason. They had to get 2 wins against the Reds, and they've gotten 2 wins against the Philly team in a hostile environment in Philadelphia. So, all wins are not created equal. This one was ugly in the 9th inning, but win's a win, man. At this time in the postseason, it doesn't matter how you. There's no style points. There's no style wins here, man. If you can get a win at this time of year, you'll take it and just move on. But Blake, you will not see Blake China in that scenario again. I can promise you that. And I'm so curious to see how the Dodgers are gonna have to work this in Game 3, because now they've seen um, Glasnow in Game 1. They saw Sheehan in Game 2. Obviously with Glasnow pitching game. If there's a Game 4, Glasnow starting the game, but um, obviously the Dodgers have a chance to wrap it up Wednesday night. So I'm very curious to see what happens after Yoshinobu Yamamoto comes out of the game, because there is a day off tomorrow, and you can go to Sheehan if you really want to, but you cannot put in Blake Trinan again after that, man. Like it sucks. I hate it. I hate to be like that, but He hasn't had it all year, and he showed it to you again tonight that he just doesn't have it this season. But I am so curious to see what the Dodgers are going to do Wednesday night after Yamamoto. They're probably praying that they get at least 7 innings out of him, and then you can piggyback Sheehan again or Tyler Glass now or something. But this offense is going to have to continue to carry the load here. They did it again today. Um, they're starting pitching, man. Like if you're gonna get 6+ innings out of your starters every time, you're gonna feel pretty good about this. And so far, so good. But Dodgers got to get one more win. Don't let your foot off the gas. Don't let them off the hook. Go for the knockout punch Wednesday night. And the Dodgers, they're looking to punch their ticket to the end of the CS again. And um, man, what a game, man! It looked like they were gonna collapse there again, and but the Phillies had their own mistakes, and bunting over, trying to bunt over to third base. I don't understand that decision. It's kind of moronic. I mean, listen, like you've seen the Dodger bullpen get lit up and touched up all season. Why are you giving the Dodgers a free out? And let alone the Dodgers were able to get that throw over to third to get the lead runner at third base. So um, don't understand the decision by that, but man, like Philly's Twitter is it's a hostile place right now. They're mad at their 3 stars for not doing anything offensively again. They're mad at their manager for making some dumb decisions, but hey, not complaining about it. The Dodgers got 2 wins and they're 1 win away from the championship series once again. But what a game! This is the one you're gonna remember for a while. Freddie Freeman has now had 2 iconic Dodger moments in the postseason. He had obviously his heroics in the World Series last year, winning World Series MVP, but specifically the walk-off grand slam in Game 1 of the World Series at Dodger Stadium. And then he has this game-saving pick in the bottom of the ninth inning at Citizens Bank Park in Game 2 of the Division Series. You know, if he doesn't make that play, it's a tie game, and who knows what happens. Who knows what happens, but thank God we don't have to see what happens. But Dodgers hang on and win 4-3. And again, one more game to get. Don't mess around. Get it on Wednesday. All right, well, that's gonna do it, I think. Yeah, we'll see you after game 3. Adios.